casino. We've got two Jimmy and Aggie couch review. Smiles aplenty, or maybe few, but all new things we'll see and do. Kino sights, lovely sounds, experiences you found. Share them with us both. You have now many more our show will craft. Join up with us hand in hand, all lined up like marching band. It's the Kino that you asked for, you demand. Simian and Jimmy and Eggy Man. I said Simian and Jimmy and Eggy Man.
What is up, my fellow peasants, and welcome back to the Mumkey and Aggie Thought Leader Hour. We, of course, are the thought leaders of the internet. We see the big debates that are happening out there, and we solve them once and for all because we have the superior intelligence and IQ. Aggie, last time you measured, what was your IQ?
Well, when I got diagnosed as developmentally disabled in high school, I think they said that I was vegetable level. So I don't really know what that means, but
I've heard vegetables are very good for you, and they call it brain food, so I think that was their way of saying we're scared of Aggie's intellect. We'll try to hold him back in these special ed classes. He was too special for them. The point is, there's a big question that's been going on the last, so many months, and we're going to solve it once and for all. Aggie, that question is, did Luigi do anything wrong? And I would love to hear vegetable-brained Aggie solve this conundrum.
Well, all I'm going to say is I follow a lot of Twitter accounts that are like breaking news, and they're telling me that there's a certain healthcare establishment that's being sued for billions of dollars because of mismanagement. So, and I think it was actually being mismanaged while the management was still alive, so you know, that's no excuse. All right, ignorance is no excuse. The police told me that one a few times. I know that one.
I think he's dodging the question, folks. Did Luigi Mangione, who shot, I believe, an Iowa native, and Shoji got scared of that one, that's right, a man from the very state that you now call your home, Aggie, was murdered by a young man with back pain who, perhaps this man was the CEO of the company that rejected his claim that would give him the money, insurance necessary. You know, he's paying into it, and they gave him nothing back. So he gave the CEO a bullet. And people think it's okay. Some people think it's not okay. And the reason I bring it up is because we have a short film to watch today titled Kill CEOs. And I figured it might give us an inkling one way or the other if this was a good thing. And now my cat's ready to go up against the tripod, even though I gave her a treat. It is what it is, Belle. Isabel, don't touch that. You bitch, you fucking bitch. I know you're going to rub up against that as soon as I start fucking talking, you bitch. Belle, you want a treat? Snack time for Belle?
So if there's anything more American than a man drinking the cheapest possible vodka mixed with $1 Mountain Dew out of a gravy jar, that's also on the clearance rack. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
But Aggie, before we watch the film, I don't want to hear your influence opinion. I need to know, where do you stand? Did Luigi do the right thing?
Well,
God damn it, Belle! God damn it!
Obviously, we have some CIA operatives in the house in the shape of cats that are trying to shut me down. But listen, I'm going to tell you like this. You know what? Bleep it if you need to for YouTube purposes. If anything, all I'm saying is we need a lot more, and we need it a lot more often.
I think, honestly, is it a good thing to go barbarously murdering people in the streets? It's not something I would personally do. Just putting that out there for all the three-letter agencies watching the show. Me personally would never do it. But
that's right. I would never influence or condone.
No.
All I'm saying is that the results speak for themselves.
I just think the ideal world would be if we have to live with billionaires and millionaires who control every aspect of our lives. At the very least, it would be nice if they lived in constant fear that if they fuck over the public too much, the peasants might revolt. And Luigi put that fear into them. I think they might have struck back pretty hard in taking away our civil liberties. So maybe it was a bad thing, but the fact that they were scared for even one moment is the closest thing to victory we will ever have.
Yep.
And Belle wants to just rub her face on my tripod.
And
Thanks,
if you,
bro.
you know, what I can say is that a very good non-violent protest is always the answer. It's called flushing rubber cement and dry cement down every toilet that you can find in your public government offices.
I also don't condone that.
I might condone that one.
So, Aggie, you may recall a few months ago we watched a short film about a monkey man of some kind. Well, that filmmaker has now graduated from film school, and he wants us to watch and react to his final project. He said it was inspired by the Rusty Cage Guillotine series and David Lynch, which I think are two worthwhile inspirations. Now, Aggie, be honest. Did you watch the Rusty Cage Guillotine series? Because we're about to go to his house, and I'm going to let him know whether or not you watched it, so.
I definitely watched one of them.
Damn.
I mean, that was there like 4?
Oh, wow. But to be fair, I mean, you've probably watched maybe one of my Medea videos as well, so it's about it even in terms of watching your friends' bullshit.
Well, actually, I made a point at some point to always watch every single thing you upload just because I felt like, you know...
You watch these couch videos? You see all those horrible edits I do of you to embarrass you? Like they do to Rich Evans? I mean, would that be good? Should I start editing the show to embarrass Aggie? Just like really absurdly and cruelly for no reason?
I would help you if you need to find any further embarrassing evidence. I mean, a lot of my streams have been deleted and wiped from the internet, so you might need me to dig into my vault to get some real top-tier footage.
Yeah, anytime the show's getting a little boring, just cut to a clip of you having a meltdown, drunk 9 hours into a stream, like eating all your inanimate objects.
Oh yeah, there's plenty where that came from, yeah.
Professional is sort of the opposite of everyone else's version of keeping it professional.
Yeah.
Have you ever received any scary message on here?
All right, new hero unlocked. Sorry, Rusty. I don't know if we can say that you compete with this character in your videos.
Would you look at the time? Midday and you're still asleep. What will it be today then? Video games? Pornography? Oh, it's been about 15 minutes since you woke up. How about you go get high?
Video games, pornography, and getting high, that might be the life to live. That's how the CEOs keep you alive and keep themselves alive.
Live your life like a zombie. Why not just cut the middleman out and kill yourself?
Oh.
Hey, don't be like that. Listen, I'm just joking. This isn't even real. Purely a creative exercise, yeah. Listen, why don't you look over there to that door?
Is this the FBI agent on Discord convincing the loser to commit some sort of felony?
That's what I was thinking. At first, with the analog phone, I was thinking maybe it was some sort of thing like in the future we're going to have to use regressive technology to escape the surveillance state, but maybe it's more like...
They tapped into him anyway, it looks like. You're going to kill yourself? Oh, if. What, take him out with you?
Okay. I like the using the World Tarot card.
Was that the actual CEO I just
Jeff
saw?
Bezos?
Oh, was it him?
It was a bald man in a suit.
With some X's on his eyes. And Rusty?
Our entire infrastructure is based upon violence. There will be nothing without it.
Kind of looks and sounds like Rusty.
He's got the rusty, like, angry eyes.
Civilization, but deeper to our primordial origins of predator.
Rusty face.
It was violence that taught us to fear, and yet also to dream. If not for violence, the Darwinian need to survive in harsh conditions, we would still be amoebas floating in asexual soup, going nowhere and doing nothing.
While I will not dispute our original sin,
You want to be in the show, Belle?
species come to a point in our development where violence is no longer required. We no longer need to enslave one another. We have enough resources to feed this planet. We have the technology to heal it. Suffering has gotten us this far, but now it is needless. Imagine, if you will, you take a man by sword point and force him to build you a house. You can justify this, saying that if he builds you the house, you might both have a place to sleep. But can you, once the task is done, continue? Or is it just habit? We all have a choice in what we do. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
So we got like a devil and an angel on his shoulder here, giving some good philosophy of what he should do.
Intellectualize and make abstract that which demands to be felt viscerally. To argue from a point of view as abstract as
Some real literature.
society.
Fight Club.
Is the fact that emotions are felt here, within yourself. Have you ever, in your high tower, felt rage, anger, jealousy, felt a need to compete? I say, our drive to enslave, to conquer, to rape, and to
Oh my
murder
God, no.
is the result of these feelings. To reform the world, you would have to reform life itself. To rid us of what you call evil, you would have to rid a man's heart of hate. It is impossible.
So you would have us not to try, to not attempt to strive to be higher.
I would not. I would merely say it is a fool's errand, doomed to failure. You may rather care for than kill me. But the point is mute. For in all your altruism, you give up your sword, and yet I wield. And I say, death to you, priest. Death to the world.
It is what it is.
That's how the Pope died? Well, it would seem it's the story of a mentally ill loner. And I don't think there were any other characters. I think even the phone call, everything was just in his head, and it's all symbolic of really what's mentally going on here. This internal battle of, if I'm going to die anyway, why not do some good for the world and take out one of these bad guys with me? And then we have the two masked characters really representing the good and evil inside of him. And when the evil one pulls out the gun and shoots, the goodness within him telling him, hey, violence is not the answer. Is that symbolic of maybe in reality that's him pulling the trigger literally to kill the CEO, Aggie? So is the film, I don't know if it's arguing in favor of one or the other, but I think what literally is happening is him making that decision to shoot him. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a sensible breakdown of it because, it's very heavy in the philosophical themes. The writing was good, the dialogue was good. I enjoyed everything to do with it, really, thematically. But it's sort of like if we were to apply his internal struggle to what we really see. Let's say the CEO, a lot of times maybe they do come from a background, a hierarchy, a legacy that has been profiting in maybe not the most moral ways for a period of time, but maybe not. Like I think the aforementioned United Healthcare CEO, seems like he got it out the mud, got it out the dirt. Okay, maybe when he was up top, he was making some calls that weren't so good. But I think that there could be a good side portrayed to such a person, that they're not just cartoonishly evil all the time. They might just, over a long enough period of time, prioritize their own profits and greed over the rest of the populace. You have your Bill Gateses and things too that seem to be really anti-human and are definitely more for some sort of new world order that's full of cyborg creatures and all kinds of freakish AI, deepfake, ARG, skylines, and all things like that. So those people are probably too far gone. But
well, if we're going to approach this from the moral standpoint, Eggie, is it our moral imperative when we see people who value personal profit over the good of the rest of humanity? Wouldn't moral imperative tell you to eliminate that person for the good of the group, or is that a bad thing?
Well, the way that I see it is I definitely understand the toll that a person can take from inflicting violence on another person. Like it's, we have a lot of veterans who have terrible PTSD, and they have some of the highest rates of harming themselves.
Is that why the Muslims have it right? Because they suicide bomb. They don't have to live with the guilt of the infidel deaths. Should Luigi have strapped that spiky blue bomb to his chest and ran into the building instead of throwing a red shell like a fucking coward?
Well, I'm hearing they're having a lot of virgins. I was kind of, at first, I was like, where do you get that many virgins from? But then I watched some old movies about like Mayan civilization where they used to throw virgins in volcanoes for like good harvests or whatever. So
I assume
they might have been like stacking them up. They might have had like 100,000 years in South America just like stacking up virgins for like a long time or whatever. All of age and consenting, of course. But anyway,
would it not be like a bunch of aborted fetuses that are technically virgins? So you have like negative 3-month-old things waiting for you. And the Muslims like, oh god damn it, this is even too young for me. Unborn.
It does sound like an existing version of hell for somebody. So I think I understand why, it's not something that we want to be having happen all the time. But I also do believe that it gets to a point. I think there is a point where the benefit to a larger populace to help them be alleviated from their suffering and have some chains broken that bind them, that goodness will outweigh the impact that somebody might feel for committing a certain liberating action that I won't exactly specify for legal purposes.
But I guess specifically when Luigi does this, did it actually create any good change in the world? If anything, it probably made it worse for the general population. They're just going to replace that CEO with probably an even more corrupt, greedy guy.
It is, a human fault, a flaw of humanity, just as the devil man in the movie was talking about. You'd have to remake life itself to get rid of certain problems, and one of those problems, I think, is an inherent corruption that could be instilled in somebody by having them gain a greater amount of wealth and power. So, it's hard to say. All I know is that, listen, what we need to do, we take our $1 trillion a month we give to Israel, and let's start putting it back into the hospitals. And the CEOs, they don't need to have certain things happen to them quite so much. All of us fat people like me, we can get our free electric scooters that have up to a 500-pound limit and a lot of food stamps. I mean, that's all we need to be happy. I think it's a good, good negotiation for all sides.
And if you think about it, millions of people die every day, but for some reason, it's only when it's a millionaire/billionaire that suddenly, we need every single cop in New York City to escort this handcuffed prisoner, because killing this one guy is evidently equal to, killing millions of normal, average people? That's what they want us to believe. Like, this is the untouchable elite class, and we're going to really make a showing of it if you do anything to affect them. And you brought up Israel, and I hate to remind people, but they're literally dropping bombs on children's hospitals and killing children. How many thousands of children have died in Gaza that you don't give a single shit about, but you're so upset that like a millionaire was killed? Is it just the potential of positive life experience being lost? Like, that millionaire, that the next 60 years he could have been in a mansion and had a butler and went around the world. Those guys and kids, he was gonna suck for them anyway. Like, is that your mindset, that you're so much more upset about this scumbag, corrupt freak dying than literal children?
Like I said, it gets to a point where, what's the quote? If peaceful resistance is impossible, then Luigi Mangione is inevitable. I'm pretty sure that's what John F. Kennedy said, and he was looking into the future.
That's the essence of the quote, and it's so true. And we watched a beautiful film. Any other thoughts on the movie, Yagi?
I enjoyed it. Like I said, thematically,
huge improvement over the Monkey movie for sure.
Yeah, definitely picked up on the Rusty Cage energy. I said Sin City with like the segments of the pictures, and then sort of like almost like a comic book text, sort of denoting the actions that were going on. Graphically it was good. I thought the writing was good, and had good message in the film. I think. I mean, I would love for good to always be victorious, but sometimes you got a man on his way to McDonald's, got to run up and do what he got to do. It is what it is.
I think it's interesting that he titled it Kill CEOs because, I mean, watching it, I don't know if I would have predicted that to be the title. It almost reveals the mystery of what the message of the film might be. I don't know. Maybe it's an ironic title based on the protagonist's poor choice at the end. Who can say the filmmaker's, death of the author is alive and well. We're not going to try to pick his brain. We bring our own thing to every piece of art. And we certainly brought something here today, Aggie. Hey, if you would like to make us watch your short film or really, literally anything else on Earth, shoot us an email, simianjimmybusiness@gmail.com. Tell us your idea. It's only $100. Aggie, anything else?
Well, all I will say is shout out to all the gamers out there. Never give up hope on your dreams.
And Belle, we're going to lock you up for the next video. Peace, people. Belle,